Acolyte! Yeah! So this is the decider. It's game 5. I wonder what we're going to see. Will Luke just go, I'll tell you what, Matt clearly doesn't know how to deal with DTs, so I'm just going to build a DT and win. Will Matt, having Googled how to deal with DTs, actually build some detection and win? Who knows? Either way, Luke opening up with the pylon at the top of the ramp, which is standard fare. Matticus presumably going to open up with a depot at the top of the ramp, which is standard fare. This map has the sort of enclosed expansion out the back here that you can take. And that's a very handy thing. So, you know, a wall in here does allow you to get 2 bases for free, and in addition the third is remarkably easy to hold as well. So if ever there was a map that screams macro up like a boss, this is that map. It is difficult to get early aggression to pay off on this particular map, but with that said, on a map like this no one expects early aggression, so who knows. Let's zoom right the way out. Oh yeah, nice. What's the, how do you, ooh, that is serious zoomage right there, isn't it? Problem is there's no mini map, so you can't sort of ping across the map to somewhere else, so you're gonna have to bring it back, otherwise I'd have to scroll the whole way over to here. You know, arguably I could set camera locations and stuff, couldn't I? A better player than me would do that. Okay, so double racks for Matticus, very normal. Oh, and a third racks. This is a break from tradition. Previously, we've seen an engineering bay, so 3 racks. I wonder, does this mean he is just going to go super all in and just absolutely wang it, hold down the A button, crank out a bunch of Marines, and just get up in his opponent's face? It is possible. Luke, meanwhile, building a single zealot. Previously, we've seen him send that zealot across the map and just A-click it into his opponent's base. I don't dislike that at all. I think that's quite a neat way to find out what's what and slightly annoy your opponent. Always a chance you could get a worker kill or 2, and the zealot ultimately will tend to trade reasonably well. It looks like that's what he's doing again. It is I've just noticed, I wasn't really paying attention, but he's built his wall on the wrong ramp. He's walling off his own natural rather than walling off here. So the front door is wide open, but the back door is good and locked. I like it. Yeah, that's super styling. If his opponent drops into the natural here, he'll be able to kill the natural, but imagine his surprise when he tries to push up into the men from there, only to find that there's a wall. So Matticus looking to expand. Look, with the expo already building, there are, I'm a little curious. The triple racks sort of led me to believe there would be a lot of Marines, and there are some Marines for sure, not really that many. This time the Zealot only gets a single Marine for his trouble. The Marines obviously scale up pretty well. Once there's 5 or 6 of them, they focus down that Zealot pretty handily. So yeah, maybe Matticus is thinking, I know how I'll beat those invisible units. I will kill my opponent before he has any of them. And to be honest, that is an absolutely fair shout. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So, Matticus, if you could see what I see, you'd go right now. Because let's look at the army supply. Your opponent has roughly nothing. You're building Marines 3 at a time, and your opponent knows it. The Zealot got up the ramp. And did he? Let's find out. Not sure. Yes, did see that there were 3 racks. So, rally your, yeah, exactly that. Rally these to unit, A-click them across the map, get in your opponent's face, make sure you end this. Don't shoot your own racks, that isn't a good thing. Make sure you end this before your opponent gets up to, he's loving shooting his own stuff, before your opponent gets up to those Dark Templar. What's going to defend this? Hard to tell, really. There's no wall. But look, the Twilight is down, so it looks suspiciously like it is going to be a Dark Shrine from Luke. There's the Dark Shrine. It does take a long time to build. It's about a 2-minute build time on this thing. Which in StarCraft terms is quite a lot. I think it is anyway. Yeah, so the sooner these Marines get up into his opponent's base, the better. They desperately need to get up here. They desperately need to get some damage done before these DTs come out. This Zealot is trading really well. It just needs a tap It's a shame there's no Marauders in here with this. More Marines coming. Don't worry about the pylon. Screw the pylon. Get into this mineral line. Kill the workers. You know, you can't warp in DTs if you don't have any money. This was not the pylon that I would have focused. If you are going to shoot the pylons, this one and this one would be the ones you need to gun down. Those are the ones powering the gateways. If there's no gateways, you can't warp in any units. It is much, much quicker to kill a pylon than a gateway. So that's what I'd like to see happening. This Dark Shrine is getting dangerously close. Can he actually focus this down before the Dark Shrine finishes up? There is obviously a gateway over here. It has a queue, so it will not automatically transform into a warp gate. But the Dark Shrine finishes up any second now. Surely we see the DT come in. All he needs is one DT and this is over. It's over. Oh no, Matticus, you haven't killed a single worker yet. You have not, and there is about to be DTs in your face. This is horrible to watch. Is he going to get the Nexus? There's enough money to rebuild. Here comes the DT. This is awful. I don't want to watch. He's not even going to get the Nexus. No, the DT, look at one-shots these Marines. It cuts them in half. Look, let's zoom in and see the action here. Look at him go. Slice, you're cut in half. Slicey slice, you're both cut in half. They're not going to get the Nexus, not even close. Oh man, it pains me to watch this. Matticus, you could have had this. You so could have had this. You had the numbers. Had you, instead of focusing working on a pylon and buildings, if you'd have just moved into the mineral line, all of these are dead. There wouldn't be any workers left, and then you can go home a happy person. Even if you lose all the Marines, it doesn't matter. Your opponent doesn't have an income. Oh, it's painful. So painful. So, you know, these DTs, 13 kills, 6 kills, 19 kills between them. Neither of them has taken any damage whatsoever. Oh man, painful to watch. But it's a learning experience, you know. So in the next round, I'm pretty sure we'll see Matticus building orbital commands, doing the good things, having detection, so that he can deal with these. Because, you know, it's unpleasant to watch the much bigger army get beaten by one unit, essentially, which is what we've just seen. So why bother warping in the zealots? You don't need them. You can just walk across the map now with these two and win. Slightly miserable, a slightly miserable game, really. It was the right idea, Matticus. I liked it. You did get there successfully before the DTs. Unfortunately, some dubious decision making about what to shoot. You know, really, you could have won it if you'd have shut down the pylons. So if you'd have focused on the pylon there and there, those two gateways stopped working. Warp gate wasn't ready yet, so the next things to do would be focused on the pylon there and there. If you were on it, the Dark Shrine that was building when you first turned up, you could have just focused that down and taken that out of the equation. And again, that would have won you the game. So there were a lot of options there for grabbing this game. Like, this DT is just going to walk out and kill this entire army. No, it's just on its way across the map. Yeah, so a bit of a shame, really, that didn't amount to more, because we definitely could have had a good game, but really what we watched was a bit of a grim and just massacre. A bunch of stuff dying to invisible units. Reapers aren't a crazy plan. If you jump them in and out, you can definitely annoy your opponent with them, but you know, ultimately, again, the DTs just clean everything up. So at this point, Matt, like, what's going through your head? You're just thinking, well, what's the point in this? Everything I send just dies to things that I can't see. And that must indeed be very frustrating. It's kind of doubly frustrating for me because I see that you've got the tech lab on the starport. Orbital command! Yeah! If only it had been there at the start. Oh well. Yeah, you know, the orbital. The thing is, you've always got your command centers hotkeyed. Like, that just goes without saying. You've got command centers hotkeyed. So once you've got 2, 3, 4 orbital commands, you know, anytime you hear the swish of a DT or you see the shimmer, it's really easy to just hit your hotkey and see and click, and you've scanned and revealed those units for however many seconds, 9 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, cool beans. Okay, so this game lives on. Let's have a look at the incomes. Similar. Matticus ahead on gas income. Both these players on 2 bases. Army supplies are similar. So no radical advantage for either player if Matticus can see the Templars. So he's moving out. I don't know about the move. I think I'd have teched up. You've got ghosts building, but you don't have any yet. And why not wait for the ghosts? Better still, why not wait until you've got ghosts with cloak? Just so that you can rub cloaked units in your opponent's face. Now, is there going to be a scan this time? Does he... Like, he's got the orbital command, but does he know how to use it? It's no, there's no scans coming down. There's no scans. I don't like it. Why aren't there scans? Why aren't there scans? So, you know, this fight looks horrifically one-sided, and really it shouldn't have. If we look at the army supplies now, you know, the Protoss barely took any damage. These ghosts don't... they do have cloak. They do have cloak. You can cloak the ghosts. And, you know, trust me on this, Luke doesn't have any detection. He's got no detection whatsoever. So the cloaked ghost is shooting away, but it's going to take a single ghost roughly all day and all night to kill that much Protoss. And, of course, the ghosts can't see the DTs either. So there's nothing to be done here. It's a real shame. You know, just a turret here, ramp up, siege tank, all dead. Oh, painful, painful, painful to watch. But I feel... Oh, look, was that K-Cap? Oh, no, that was a Tech Lab or something. Yeah, very painful indeed. There's a battlecruiser building. It's not going to be enough. Arguably, battlecruiser comes out with SCVs underneath to repair. And one scan! Just a scan is all you need. But anyway, this DT... 13 kills, you know, 19 kills, it's horrible, 20 kills, just 5. Yeah, so, anywho, undoubtedly the GG is about to appear, and we chalk that one up to experience, man. That is a fair old amount of stalkers coming in now, to be fair. GG.